you can make use of this summarize column. And the one good thing and one interesting thing is, what if you have five salesperson and you also want the salesperson who made a sales and the salesperson who does not have any sales. What if I want to display it? We do have a function called ignore. Just inside of a sum of sales in the formula, you can just add a ignore. By adding this ignore, this will display the sales made by the salesperson, and also it also display a null for the salesperson who haven't made any sales. This is a quite interesting person. It is very important one. And the last one, what we did is we are using the add columns and we are summarizing the salesperson and sales amount. And we also add a new column which summarize which sum of all the salesperson that shows a 777. How we summarize all these four the cells that triple seven with the using of add column, we are adding the sales of sales amount that will summarize 777. So this will be most useful when you're doing some kind of a calculation in terms of when you're doing a percentage, how much of percentage they want made by the salesperson. You need the overall sum, right? The overall sum in the same cell. You can make it using this formula. We can make a percentage. How we can is 275 divided by 777, 281 divided by 777, 146 divided by 777. That will give the percentage of it. And this thing is a quite interesting other function, which is a virtual table. There are two tables that we know that. One which is the physical table, whatever the table which is created from the base table, from the source. The other table is a virtual table, which is created based out from the physical table. From the virtual table, you can create a separate a subset of table and make use of it and do your calculation. Here we are discussing about two things, which is calculatable and tetras. With the calculatable, we can do a table function and we are selecting only the table. From the table, selecting all the columns who made a sales amount greater than 150. If you see this chart, this the four shell along with this the green one, and you can see this the 146 which is lesser than 150 and 75 which is lesser than 150. Then the sales amount 275 which is greater than 150, 280, one which is greater than 150, that constitute 556. You can see how it made actually. And the other thing is what we made it, we use the same calculated function now along with the summarize, and we are displaying the sales amount greater than 150, and we are displaying the salesperson and sales amount actually. And the other thing is with the treaters. The treater function, we are make use of the same calculate function. So we do have a two table. One is union table, and other with a date table. So what we supposed to do here is we want we want to show the sales amount. Between the sales amount, we need to make a relationship make a relationship. We are not directly joining the relationship between the sales and the date. Instead, we join through the theta function, and through the theta function, we can able to made a relation and get a relationship. There are some few scenarios you may not need to join two tables. In that case, via tree task function, you can make a join between them. So you can see right the union table and the date table, although both place side by side, but it haven't have any relationship between them. Through DAX treatas function, we made a relationship and we are displaying the sales amount. And this function is related. The related, right? We have items and sales detail. What if you have a price in a sales table and you want the price to be displayed as a column in a sales detail, then related functions will help here. What you need to do is you need to create a DAX measure price equal to related of item of price. This price will be placed in sale detail so that it will always on the nth part. Let's say the related function will be on the many side, so that you need to remember actually. Okay, and this is the illustration we made it how we are displaying this price over here. You can see, right, the price. This is a sales detail table. It has sales ID, salesperson, item, and the price. The price which is available here actually, from the item table. You can see the price, right? 275, 146. These are all things we are just fetching this price column, which is here, and we are placing in sales detail table. And this is a sales table here. And this is a related table. In relate, we used the column. In related table, we will use the table. The one difference thing is that with the related table, it is opposite to the relate, where the relate table, you need to make use in your dimension table, that is your one side of your relationship, not on the many side of the relationship, as we use that in relate function. This is the difference between relate and relate table. Here we make use of this related table. With the related table, we are just counting a rows and we are displaying here in our item table. With the item table, this is the one side of the relationship between dimension and fact. You can see one into many, but we are using the relative table DAX function to display the number of sales in the one side of a dimension table. And this is nothing but a user relationship. What if you have a more than one relationship between dimension and fact table, and if you have more than one relationship, you should, it is an active relationship that when you can able to do that. That for that we use a user relationship function. We made a relationship between the order shipment table, order shipment table, shipment date relate with the date table. Using that, we can create an inactive relationship between dimension fact table. You can see the date and orders here. The order has shipment date as a date column, and the date order date as a date column, and it is related to the date table. One which is active relationship, the other which is inactive relationship. Based on your formula, we can be able to do the user relationship. I hope this is a little light, easy presentation for anyone to understand it. And if you go through this, we displayed the order date here, ship date here, order number here, and the amount here. And this is the order, and this is the date, order by date, and this is the date dimension, this is the order dimension. And this is a nice presentation. We like to uh, show it here for an easy understanding. Anybody can understand the DAX function uh, in a